香港藝術館喺2019年11月經過閉館4年翻新嘅工程之後喺將近重開之前，同意大利烏菲茲美術館簽訂5年嘅合作協議，共同舉行展覽同埋其他文化交流活動。第一個嚟自烏菲茲美術館藏品嘅展覽喺2020年展出，主要就係波提切利以及15至到16世紀文藝復興時期嘅作品。咁而啱啱喺今個月初開幕嘅第2個藏展嘅主角就係藝術家提香以及威尼斯文藝復興時期嘅畫作。
文藝復興時期主要起源自15至16世紀嘅意大利，及後廣遍全歐洲。呢個文化運動喺當時作為金融中心嘅佛羅倫斯誕生，嗰度充滿具影響力嘅藝術贊助人。其後傳到另一個主要商貿同海運嘅城市威尼斯。3年前，位於佛羅倫斯嘅烏菲茲美術館將波提切利以及其他佛羅倫斯文藝復興畫家嘅藏品帶嚟香港藝術館。而今次嘅展覽就展出50幅提香同其他威尼斯文藝復興畫家嘅作品。
There are 9 paintings that never traveled, and they were never exhibited in Italy as well. We wanted to let the public have a look on the most important subjects that Venetian paintings faced over the Renaissance.
提齊安諾維加略又名提香，佢嘅畫工、顏色運用同細緻嘅筆法一直為人稱道。畫作嘅主題包括風景、肖像，以及文藝復興時期藝術家喜歡繪畫嘅神話同宗教場景。
Titian was probably the most international artist. He was requested by emperors, popes, kings, dukes, everyone, bankers, everyone in Europe, and even outside Europe, for instance. And so his fame was universal in a way. There are 8 paintings by Titian and his workshop. It's important to point out that Titian, the artists were not alone in their work, of course. Titian is more color. He shaped his form, his figures, his objects, everything in the composition through the use of colors and light. And this is really a revolutionary, groundbreaking, because it's something that all the artists in the age of Titian, but even in the following centuries, looked at this kind of technique. Impressionists were deeply inspired by this kind of technique. If you think about Monet, for instance, or Manet or Renoir, if you look at them, you can see that they had the same questions, problems on how to represent a composition by the use of colors and the reaction that the human eye has when the light's a color, for instance.
文藝復興一詞有重生嘅意思。文藝復興時期嘅藝術家希望返回古典歷史嘅黃金時代，重現同仿效古希臘同古羅馬嘅文學同藝術。但係佢哋所強調嘅人民主義，頌揚嘅係人類塑造世界嘅能力。文藝復興時期嘅理想人物，精通藝術同科學等不同範疇。文藝復興時期藝術作品嘅評論標準，唔單止睇題材係咪優美，仲包括藝術家嘅抱負同技巧。展覽其中一個部分，主題係女性，展出作品包括提香嘅《花神》。
Flora really represents the essence of the Venetian art. And one of the subjects that were most used by the Venetian artists, and Titian in particular, because the beauty was the representation of the female in a way. We don't know actually who Flora was. She is probably a bride because of her white dress and those delicate rose that she holds in her hand and the little ring that she has on her finger. So this could be a representation of a bride and of the love of the marriage.
另外，提香仲多次繪畫愛神維納斯。佢最有名嘅作品之一係而家收藏喺烏菲茲美術館嘅烏爾比諾的維納斯。而10年之後，佢就畫咗呢張維納斯。
This Venus is one of the latest painting in the career of Titian. The subject of the laying female on a bed with a wonderful landscape, as you can see here on the side, discovered or sometime with Cupid or some other subjects aside, was very successful in Venetian painting. Here you can see this bowl with water and flowers and how the light falls on the surface of the glass, and so you can have a clue of the space in which the painter was moving.
除咗提香嘅畫作外，展覽仲展出威尼斯文藝復興時期其他畫家嘅作品，佢哋都係深受提香影響。
Tintoretto and Veronese and Palma al Vecchio. These are the three most important artists aside Titian. Tintoretto and Veronese worked very much for the Venice region, for instance, but they were not so renowned as Titian. But over the centuries, those three artists are being very studied from the other artists. The use of color and the use of those kind of composition are dramatic. They represent the life without idealizing it. So you can find Venetian dresses, Venetian coiffure, the jewels, and the architecture in the background is the Venetian architecture. In the last section, it's very important because it's represented the landscape. Landscape, it's a secret of the success of Titian's, because the sense of landscape, which is a real one, the landscape of Venice and the Venice region. So mountains, lakes, bushes, and beautiful places that still now survive.
同之前嘅展覽一樣，香港藝術館設計咗一個互動區，協助訪客進一步了解展品。佢哋亦邀請本地藝術家梁志和同陳君樂從文藝復興中尋找創作靈感。
This time we have invited two Hong Kong artists to draw inspiration from the Venetian arts. Lan Chi-wo, he has a special relations with Italy. He recorded some soundtrack at the canals. When you look at his work, you can see the flickering lights through the Venetian glass of the lamps he collected. And you can also hear the soothing sounds of the waves as the background. For the Venetian paintings, it's very famous for its use of color. However, in Chan Kwan-lok's art, he never used color. There are a lot of secrets hidden in his work. You have to look very closely at his painting to find all the secrets.